Today, I'm going to show you a complete beginner's guide of GPT-5. I'm going to show you some of my favorite tips, tricks, and hidden features allowing you to leave this video as a GPT-5 expert. Let's get started. OpenAI has released a brand new model, GPT-5, that you can access now on ChatGPT. And we can see it's better at writing, coding, reasoning, and more, powered by their latest intelligence model. Now you can access ChatGPT at chatgpt.com, or if you have a mobile app or a mobile phone, you can go into your local app store and then you can search for ChatGPT and download their mobile app just like this, and then download it to your phone. So you press the download button, you authenticate with your username password, and it downloads the latest app to the phone. Now, the best part about the GPT-5 rollout is that it's accessible to everyone. They rolled it out to everyone at the exact same time. We can press this blue open button to open the application, and it opens up just like this on our phone. It gives us some warnings that responses can be inaccurate and not to share sensitive info because the info can be trained by their models. We press this continue button right here, that's at the very bottom, and we're presented with ChatGPT. And you can come over here and you can tap and ask it anything. The first thing you want to do when you create and open up the ChatGPT app is to sign up for an account. This way you can build memory with your chats, and ChatGPT will know how to reference things that you've said in the past. So you can press the sign up button in the top right, and it can ask you to continue with Apple, continue with Google, or sign up and log in. I'm going to press the Google button and authenticate using Google off camera here. So I'll go ahead and sign into my Google information, and I'll fill in the password for my Google account. All right, so I have pressed the continue with Google button and I've successfully logged in. And now it says we've updated our terms and use and privacy policies, so we'll need to agree to those in order to use ChatGPT. So we'll press the blue agree button, and then it says welcome to ChatGPT. The info can be inaccurate, don't share sensitive info, and control your chat history. So we'll press this white continue button at the very bottom, and now it says introducing GPT-5. So we've got the latest model, and it's the most useful model with thinking built in, and you get the best answer at any time. Here I've sent my first question to ChatGPT with the latest model GPT-5, and it says that the best new features introduced are smarter, faster, more reliable intelligence. So it blends chat with thinking, and it has a hidden router that selects the best mode to answer your complex request. It uses 50 to 80% fewer tokens than its predecessor O3. So that means it can process things faster, and it doesn't take as much time to wait to figure out what that next answer is. So it's great at visual reasoning and scientific problem solving. You've got precision and honesty. The most significant model, this latest model, reduces hallucinations. So when it's thinking, it's not producing errors and it's not producing things that don't make sense. So it's really good in the latest models when they're tested hallucinations. It's a bit more transparent about its limitations, so it can tell you, what it can't do and what it can do, which is really exciting. You've got domain expertise across the board. ChatGPT-5 delivers PhD level expertise across multiple fields, and it excels in software engineering and is pretty advanced. It demonstrates strong performance in health-based benchmarks, acting as an active thought partner in health scenarios, and then multimodal context capabilities. So it supports text, image, audio, and video. So it's truly multimodal. I think in the past you could only upload one type of media, but now you can throw in all these different types of media, and GPT-5 will understand context from all of them. So it's a lot of tokens there, up to 400,000 tokens in an API. You've got customization and utility, designed for agentic tasks, tiered model variants, real-world reception and adjustments. So it's a bit different than GPT-4o, and there was a technical glitch when it rolled out. It wasn't picking the right model, or it wasn't responding properly to some people. But now they've worked on that, it should be a lot better and a lot easier to connect with. And that's basically an overview there of ChatGPT 5 and their new GPT-5 model that we have here. So one thing that this new model is good at, if we want to start a new conversation, we can just press this chat button up here. We can see we have some presets at the top here. Once we started the new chat, we can say create an illustration for a bakery. We can tap on it and it starts to get started with the image processing here. So a lot of people are creating images and will notify you when the image is ready. So we can enable notifications, hit the allow button, and it will text us when this is ready. Or if you need it faster, you can upgrade to the Plus subscription, which is $20 a month, and get faster processing across the board. So we can hit this new chat button and see what else we can do. We can come over here and we can write a report based off my data. So it says upload a file of what you want me to use, a summary, statistical analysis, visual charts, or formal written document. In this case, we can say use the stats of iPhone sales for the last decade. And now it's thinking. It's thinking longer for a better answer. It's getting those iPhone sales data, and then it should be able to write a report based off that data. So now it's opening, it's cross-checking iPhone shipments, searching. And this is really cool because it's basically going out to the web, it's crawling all the information possible, and then compiling a report based off what it can find. Now typically you would have to open up Google, click on 10 to 20 links, copy and extract data from websites, make your own report. But here with ChatGPT, we have our very own AI assistant that can go out and do that research for you and then bring back together all of the items in a nicely presented format, saving you hours. So this used to take a very long time to do something like this, but now it thought for 52 seconds and we're good to go. It analyzes it and it puts it in a nice little report for us to be able to download or export or modify and change anything that we want to. So it's analyzing. You can see the chart right here. We can tap on it and we can see for the last decade here how many iPhones were shipped in millions, starting in 2015 to 2024. And then we can press this download button right here and we can save this to our iCloud Drive anywhere on the computer, or if we want to send it to someone, we can, and then we can press this X button, and then it lets us know right here. Here's a compact report on the iPhone unit shipments over the last decade, and it compiled the annual shipment totals, and here I can come over here and see the headline takeaways. Shipments were broadly flat across the decade, and the peak year was 2021. The cycle dipped from 2015 to 2019, and then it spits out all the numbers for us. So we've got some context and drivers like the transitions to 5G, and that was a really big model year. The macro and China mix, and being able to look at the reports there. And then it also has a little caveat here letting us know that Apple stopped disclosing unit sales after 2018. So they had to switch to other industry trackers like IDC and Counterpoint and Statistica. So there we go. We were able to create our first report using the GPT-5 model. All we had to do is just come in here and say, hey, look at the data, make a report based off this, and look, it sent us a notification. Our image is ready. That was the first thing that we created, where we tapped on the prompt to open us a bakery, and it started to make an image. And it took some time here to use the generative image tools, but then it was able to craft together an image here and let us know when it was ready. Today we're going to be checking out Surfshark for our lovely promotion, where you can get an incredible VPN for about $2.19 for their 24-month promotion. I'm going to go ahead and download this onto our phone and show you the setup process, but you can use the QR code on screen to take advantage of this deal and get access to Surfshark's virtual private network. You can secure your online browsing. It uses protection and hides your IP address, and you can get all kinds of great features to make sure that you stay secure when you're using the internet. and you go to appfind.org/Surfshark or use the QR code on screen to take advantage of the deal that we have, the promotion that allows you to get Surfshark for 24 months at just $2.19. So let's go ahead. This app is almost downloaded, and I'll show you what it's like to set it up on your brand new iPhone. So this is definitely one of the first things I do when I get my new iPhone. I log in, I set up my virtual private network so I stay secure, whether I'm browsing at home on Wi-Fi or whether I'm on the go on someone else's Wi-Fi network or on 5G. When I have Surfshark enabled, I'm safe and it's fast and it's reliable. So I'm going to go ahead and open this application up. After you've clicked the link in the chat or in the description below, the Surfshark the appfind.org/Surfshark, or you scan the QR code on the screen and sign up, you'll be able to download the app onto your phone, and then here it's got two options: to create an account or log in. You would have most likely already created an account when you've redeemed the promotion on the QR code or on the link in the description. So you would hit the login button and it asks you to continue with Google, Apple, or your username and password that you set up originally. After you have successfully logged in, this is what it will look like on your screen on your brand new iPhone 16. Now you may be wondering, what do you do? So what it's recommending is you to connect to a virtual private network in a certain location. Now your IP address can be from almost anywhere around the world that they have service. You can scroll down and it looks like I tapped on one. I tapped on one, and it instantly opens it up and tells me more about that. So I highly recommend picking something that's local or nearby, because what will happen is when you're using your virtual private network, websites will kind of detect your location, and if it detects that you're very far away from where you actually live, sometimes it may not let you log in, or it may block you because you wouldn't want someone logging into your account that's not actually you. So sometimes it can be very challenging to get around certain things like that. One of my favorite features is the multi-hop. This way you can have secure connections from multiple directions, and I can scroll down. I can select something like we've got United States and Canada, United States New York, and Canada Toronto. We can tap on the multi-hop, and it will need permission in order for us to get started with the VPN. So let's go ahead and authorize the Surfshark and get permission. We'll hit the continue button at the very bottom, and now it's going to ask us, Surfshark would like to add VPN configurations. Since we do want our VPN to be connected, we'll press this allow button right here, and then it will take us to our settings where we'll have to enter our passcode. So I'm going to enter our passcode off camera here just to stay secure, and then it will take us back to the app and it will start connecting. And I'm going to hide my IP address at the top right here, but this is what it looks like. In the top right, your IP address pops up, and then it says connected and safe, and then it shows you your connection time. And then at the very bottom, you can see in the bottom left here, you've got the country that you're connected with, US, New York, and then you've got it via Toronto, Canada. So then you can press disconnect at the very bottom. You can pause it on the right. I'm going to swipe down so my IP address goes away. So you can always disconnect at the very bottom. You can pause it right here, or you can scroll and search for another location that you want. So you've got multiple locations here at the top, and you can select whichever location that you want to connect through to keep your data secure. So this is Surfshark, and it's our lovely promotion that we've got going on right now. You can scan the code on the screen, or you can go to appfind.org/Surfshark to take advantage of our incredible offer. And I hope you enjoyed the virtual private network and it keeps you secure. This is one of my favorite products that I use every single day to stay secure on the internet. And just like that, in our first 5 minutes here, we've been able to use the new GPT-5 model to get faster results, to create a report, and to come in here and understand what it looks like to generate images. So we can go ahead and press this new button right up here. We can see what else. You can help me pick an outfit that will look good on camera. You can explain superconductors like I'm 5 years old. Let's tap that one and see what it looks like to go ahead. So now it just goes ahead and tells us a story here. Imagine you have a slide at the playground. Normally when you go down the slide, you slow down a little because your clothes rub against the slide. That's called friction. Electricity and wires is like kids going down the slide. Usually the electric kids bump into other things in the wire and slow down. That's called resistance, and it wastes energy. A superconductor is like a magical slide where there's no friction at all. Once the electric kids start moving, they just keep going forever without slowing down or losing any energy. But this magic only works if the slide is super cold. It's basically electricity's version of an ice ring made out of magic butter. So just like that, it explained what a superconductor was, as if I was 5 years old and needed to understand. Like every 5-year-old knows what it feels like to go down a slide and to have fun and to be slowed down by your clothes, and then you convert that over to, a superconductor. When a piece of electricity goes through a wire, it's also slowed down unless it's under a superconductor, which is more like a magical slide and allows it to go as fast as possible without being slowed down. But it needs to be in a cold environment for that to work. Let's take a look at the sidebar in ChatGPT. You can just swipe over like that, or you can press the sidebar button at the top and your slide bar comes up. Now when you're logged into an account, you can see your previous history on the left side. So if we want to come down here and see the superconductors conversation we just had, we can tap on it and it instantly pops up. We can swipe to the right just like that and tap on the previous conversation where we created this image. So you just swipe over, or you press this menu button at the top and your slide bar comes up and you can see your previous history for all of your conversations. Now, one thing that's cool about ChatGPT is it understands memory and has context of what you've previously said. So if you ask it a question in the future about something you've already talked about, it should know what you're talking about because it has memory based off previous conversations that you've had. At the top here, you've got your main section where you can always ask ChatGPT another question. So we could create a cartoon, give me tips, summarize a long document, create charts based off data. Right here we have library where we can see all of our images that we've made. We can either make a new image or we can swipe back over and go to GPTs. GPTs are a really fun way to interact with a GPT that was designed specifically for a certain action. So we can see this Write For Me action was designed for supercharged writing. We've got one for AI PDFs, so manage AI agents for legal and professional work and upload briefs and contracts. We can see which ones are trending, like astrology birth chart GPT, scholar GPT, fitness workout and diet, Humanize AI, Image Generator, and Image Generator Pro. And then you can see the ones that ChatGPT has made. So Monday, Dolly, Data Analysis Analyst, Hot Mods, Creative Writing Coach, and Coloring Book Hero. So we've got so many different GPTs that we can come in here. I like that you can sort them at the top right here. So we can scroll down, we can tap on productivity, and we can see photorealistic image and video generator, video GPT, video AI. So how about we try this first one out where we can generate realistic images with text. All we have to do to get started is just press this white button right here that says Start Chat. Press it one time and we can come in here and say hello world. And what are we creating today about something visual or something brainy or both? I want to say something robotic but human. And now it's like you're thinking in an uncanny valley sweet spot, something robotic but human qualities. It could go a few ways: humanoid, robot, android, robotic portrait, futuristic worker, AI caretaker. Which vibe are you leaning towards? I want to say futuristic worker. All right, picturing a futuristic worker. So, human-like proportions, sleek cybernetic plating, synthetic muscle fibers under translucent skin, perhaps wearing a high-tech utility suit and working in a clean, advanced facility. Before I generated, do you want the worker to look more human than robot, subtle mechanical details, or more robot than human, clear machinery with some human traits? A hybrid for me. Hybrid, but more human. So here I'm chatting with ChatGPT, and this specific GPT that's designed for photorealistic images and video generation. So it says, got it, a more human-leaning, hyper-futuristic worker. I'll imagine a lifelike face with subtle mechanical seams along the jaws and temples, faint glowing lines tracing neutral circuits under the skin, and slightly metallic hands. They'll wear a sleek, form-fitting work uniform with integrated tech panels, standing in a clean, advanced industrial workspace with soft blue-white lighting. Do you want to create the image in portrait style to emphasize the character, or a wider 4:3 to show more of a futuristic environment? Let's make it for Instagram stories. So you can just chat with the bot here, and then it wants us to confirm. So perfect Instagram stories works best with 3:4 aspect ratio vertical. Here's the concise prompt I'll use, and it prompts the concise prompt for us, and then it says I'll make it now. Some info will be sent to their server. Only do this to sites you trust, and then we'll go ahead and confirm. And then it will send off this prompt to their servers, and we're using GPT, custom GPT to do this. They've specifically trained it to make photorealistic images and video generations based off the prompts that we have. So there are dozens of GPTs that you can come in here to the GPT store and find and play with. All right, so your image is now being generated and will be ready within 30 seconds. Please wait and reload this page. This is an AI generated realistic image in compliance with OpenAI's usage policies. And then extras you may like. We can train an AI model with our own photos and an AI photo editor. So we can wait about 10-15 more seconds here, and then we can click here to view or download that image in full size, and then we'll be able to see what we created using ChatGPT here. So we can go ahead and click and view, and there we go. We've got our futuristic worker with some hyper-realistic robot parts, and we're able to make that using the GPT store. So super cool that we can come in here and check out some of the cool things in the GPTs section. And now all of our GPTs that we use will pop up right here in the top left, and we can easily get back access to them just by tapping on them at any point in time. So super cool stuff. So that is ChatGPT. Really cool software that they've embedded right here for us to play with. And another cool thing that the new model is really good at is coding. So we can come in here and say, vibe code me a mobile game of Snake. So it thinks longer for a better answer here. Thought for 5 seconds, and then just like this, it starts to vibe code and produce code for us. And all we have to do is just paste it into an HTML file or open it on our phone or desktop, and we'll be able to play. So you can see it generate code just like this. It's trained on the latest technologies and the latest programming languages, and here it is programming a full game for us just with one prompt, which is pretty advanced. You used to have to be highly technical to know how to do this, or you used to have to pay a lot of money to be able to get something designed like this really fast and really nice. But here, this AI assistant, ChatGPT, on the latest model, GPT-5, is doing all the coding for us, and it is pretty impressive. So you can see here, it is still cranking out some code here, jotting down all the latest functions for us. And all it took was just a quick prompt. Vibe code me a mobile game of Snake. So you can come in here and ask it to code anything, and it will help you through using the latest model, GPT-5, to program, whatever language that you want to create. So some super cool stuff that they've got here. So it looks like it finished coding for us, and it gave us some quick tips. Swipe on the canvas or tap the D-pad. Space toggles on desktop. You can tap audio to mute and unmute, and then the restart button to restart, and then high score sticks via local storage. So want different vibes, you can get a retro grid, wraparound mode, power-ups, and more. And all you have to do to make modifications is to come in here and just tap in your thread and ask it to do whatever you want, and it will do it. So this new ChatGPT model is super advanced, and you can also access this on a desktop computer at chatgpt.com, or download the app, the desktop app on your computer to be able to chat with it. And if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, go to appfind.ai to subscribe to our newsletter, where you can get the latest complete beginner guides every week in your inbox. You'll get tutorials straight from, including these videos that we make on future technology guides, and written tutorials on how to access these consumer electronic products and apps, and it's really neat. So go to appfind.ai to sign up today, and you can use the AppFind Complete Beginner's Guide strategies in your email inbox to get the latest technology, apps, software, and AI tools and products. So this has been a complete beginner's guide of the ChatGPT-5 and the ChatGPT-5 model, the GPT-5 model. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and let us know what your favorite feature of GPT-5 is in the comments below, with the faster concepts here being able to generate new chats and new conversations with the latest model. Let us know what you enjoy most about it. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to figure out when we release our next technology video. We love producing these for you and can't wait to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.